everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Faryal from Scrumptious Cakes by Fairy, and in today's video I am going to show you how to make the structure for the gravity defying cakes. I have been asked a lot of times to show how I make my structures for the gravity defying cakes. So your wish is my command. If you want to learn how to make that, then please keep on watching. So to make the structure of the cake, you need a drill machine. You don't have to buy this huge drill machine. You can buy any small drill machine. I do the DIYs in the house, so I need a stronger drill machine. That's why I bought this one. And you also need this attachment which makes the hole into the board, and this is in the number 16. Okay, so a drill machine and the attachment to make the hole in number 16. And the next thing you need is the MDF board. You can go to any hardware shop and get the MDF board and get them cut to your size. But in UK, Cake Craft Company do these boards for cakes, and they are MDF boards, like super strong, about 10 mm thickness. They are just perfect for my gravity defying cakes. And then you need a regular drum board, because this is gonna go underneath this one. And you also need another board to make the cake stand. So this board can be any size, depends what size cake you are doing. For my cake, I need a 5-inch size board, so I'm using this 5-inch cake drum, and that is going to be lifted up from the board. This is the 14-inch board, and this is the 12-inch board. The board which goes underneath this MDF one has to be smaller. The next thing you need are these threaded rods. I got them from Screwfix. Number of this rod is M12 and the size is 300 mm. Okay, you also need some washers. Get the thicker washers, okay, which has got more space around. You need about 4 of these, and these are M12 as well. They has to match the size of the rod. Remember, the size of the rod is M12, so these needs to be M12. And then you also need the nuts, these nuts, and they are M12 as well. So I bought the nuts and the washers and the threaded rod from Screwfix in UK. In case you want to know, one of the washer I'm gonna use smaller one, which is the not the hole smaller but the size smaller. The reason of that, because it's gonna be on the top of the board, so I don't want it to be too big. So that's all the tools and equipment you need to make the structure. So let's get started. I'm going to take the board, just gonna unwrap. So my board is 14-inch size, so I'm gonna find the center of the board. That is going to be 7-inch. That is perfect. So this is the center of the board. Now I'm gonna make the hole into the board, and before I do that, just a disclaimer that please do not do this inside your home on your furniture, because you can damage your furniture. I do quite a lot of DIYs in the house, so I'm very confident in using my drill machine. So here is the hole, and that I'm gonna use my drill machine to make the hole here. So I have drilled the holes in all of the boards. So all of them, you have to find the center and drill the hole like this. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to attach this rod. So first I'm going to attach one of the nut at the end. We are going to take one of the washers, the thick ones, put it through the threaded rod, and then do this. Okay, now we are going to take another washer, put it through the threaded rod, and then another nut is gonna go down the threaded rod. So once the nut is down the end, what I'm going to do is I'm going to tighten up both of the nuts from the bottom and the top. So I'm going to use these tools. The one in the bottom, use the plier to hold the nut like this, and then the other one, do it like this and keep tightening up from the top. not from the bottom. You're just holding the bottom one and you're tightening the top one, okay? Just make sure it's good and tight and it doesn't move anymore. So I have glued the board at the bottom with the hot glue gun. Now that the base is done, we are going to attach the top board. I'm going to take the nut again and put it through the threaded rod. Every cake needs to be on a different height depending on the design. So the design I need doesn't have to be like this high. So I'm just gonna be like half the way through. I'm just gonna stop here because I need this space to add the rest of the stuff for the cake I'm making. I'm going to put through the washer, then this small cake drum. Now on this part you could use the same washer, but I'm going to use the one with the smaller sides. But the middle hole is exactly the same as this one. It's M12. Put the nut through, and again, like we did, tighten them up from the bottom. We're gonna do it for this part as well. The bottom nut I'm going to hold with the plier so it doesn't move, and I'm just going to tighten up the nut from the top. Just make sure that they're not loose from the bottom and the top. So when you're gonna put the cake on the top, you just need to make sure that you cover this metal part with the tin foil or cling film so it doesn't get in touch with the cake directly. This metal is not supposed to be in direct contact with the food. Okay, so what I do is I just slightly wrap around this board with that foil, and then I take the poly dowel, the thick poly dowel that goes on the top of this threaded rod, and that covers the whole rod. So this is how the structure looks, and that's how it looks from the bottom, and it is very, very strong. So guys, this is how I make the cake structure for all of my gravity defying cakes. I hope you find this video helpful, and if you did, then please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!